Alright, so today we'll be covering a pretty popular math question, so let's go over it. So, imagine your friend is a pretty big hoe and has a roster of rosters. The roster of roster contains 5 different rosters, and each roster contains 10 different girls. One day your friend wants to take 2 of his girls out at once. If both roster 1 and roster 3 have a girl named Vanessa, what are the odds that your friend takes both of them out and needs to figure out their last name? So to get a more clear understanding of this question, let me draw out the roster of rosters for you. So it kind of looks like a nested list in Python, if you know what that is. So this is R1, and I remembered there was 5, so R2, roster 2, roster 3, roster 4, roster 5. And in each roster, there are 10 different girls. So 10 different girls. But now in roster, let's just call our friend Calvin for a hypothetical example. But let's say in both roster 1 and roster 3, there's a girl named Vanessa. So now we're trying to figure out the odds that Calvin chooses Vanessa in roster 1 and Vanessa in roster 3, and now he needs to figure out their last name to tell them apart, because obviously he doesn't know any of their last names. He barely remembers their first names, probably. So how are we going to figure this out? Well, we're going to figure out the odds by probability. So first we need to find out the odds that Calvin finds the first Vanessa. So the odds of him finding the first Vanessa are 1 in 5, since there are 5 rosters. So we have 1 over 5. And then the odds of him choosing Vanessa out of the 10 people in this roster, so let me make it more clear for you. So there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people within R1. What are the odds that he chooses Vanessa out of the 10? 1 over 10. So we would multiply by 1 over 10. And now we need to figure out the odds of him choosing the second Vanessa. So we're going to assume that he's able to re-pick another girl from roster 1. So roster 1 will stay in the probability. So it'll still be 1 in 5 that he chooses roster 3. So 1 in 5 that he chooses roster 3 where the other Vanessa is in. And then it'll be 1 over 10 again, since there are again 10 girls in roster 3. So we just need to multiply all of the denominators, and let me just get my calculator out real quick because I do not want to count that. So it will be 1 over 2500, which in percentages is around 0.04%. So that's the percentage that Calvin completely ruins his double roster date. Now, if you like this math video and you want me to solve future ones, please hit a like and subscribe to the channel.